A real quick shout out to my patrons RX, Darius Job, John Horton, and Kristen T13. If you want to vote in exclusive polls, receive exclusive audios, and receive audios early, feel free to check out my Patreon in the description. I killed the Reaper because I knew my time was coming, can't you see? I was either going to die at 12 or 90 fucking... Oh, hey, how'd the walk go? Oh, it did. Well, forgive me for sounding skeptical, Hunter, but you're sweating and you've lost color. Sit down already before you fall over. Wild told you not to push it. It's only been a week. Look, I might not agree with them on most things, but we're on the same page on this one. You need to rest. Stubbornness isn't going to make you heal faster. If it could, I wouldn't be the only immortal in this room. You're lucky to even be up and walking this soon. If he'd hit anything else, hell, if he'd hit a different part of your liver, even, your emergency backroom surgery probably wouldn't have gone so well. And then you'd have a much steeper road to recovery. So stop trying to rush things. If you keep straining yourself, you might tear something back open and wind up flat on your back again. Just some food for thought. Not much. Wild stuck their head in while you were out and shoved a mic in my face. I think they're trying to crack the code on recording vamps before you finish recovering, which... I mean, good luck, Wild. People have only been trying to figure that shit out since the phonograph. I think my phone call is what set them off. It's driving them nuts trying to figure out why a live or undead, I guess, call works and a recording doesn't. How the hell should I know? I just know it's a thing. Like how holy water burns me, but I can take the Lord's name in vain all I want. Don't think I don't notice you changing the subject, by the way. Exactly how did your walk go? And how far did you walk? A what? A mile? You walked a fucking mile? Cupcake! Jesus Christ, no wonder you look like a trash fire. I call it like I see it, don't get me wrong. The pain and suffering smells great on you. But I don't think that's what we were going for. Relax, I wasn't making it past your neck. I mean what I said, but I'm not going to try anything until you're feeling better. You need all the blood you can get right about now. But that doesn't mean I don't notice when you walk in here looking like the easiest prey I've ever laid eyes on. Hunter, you know that Spitfire attitude is as cute as it is annoying, but I say this from a place of age and wisdom. Stop threatening to fight people when you look like you'll barf if you stand. Besides, it wouldn't be a fair fight with the cuffs. Any progress on finding the key, by the way? Fucking Wild. They're such an ass. Hey, I offered to Prinky promise not to kill them. If they don't trust that, that's not on me. Besides, the cuffs aren't quite as bad now that there's some fabric between me and the silver. I would have still preferred cooler gloves, but at least the wool got burnt down to a vague itch. Speaking of, how's the pain today? You know, taking bad meds isn't a bad thing. You'll heal better when you're not hurting. Well, excuse you, but seeing you high as a kite is a bonus. You think I'm not looking forward to you being officially back on your feet? Anything that helps you recover more quickly means less time for Wild to poke and prod me. And for the record, you pushing yourself is the opposite of helpful. If you really won't take anything, there is an alternative. You know what I mean. Look, I know your last time being enthralled was traumatic, but I wouldn't put you anywhere near that far under. Just enough to take the pain away. Pinky promise. Really? No, I mean, shit. Yes, okay. Yeah, let's do this. I don't need you to do anything special. I just need you to look at me. I mean, yes, I can thrall you with my voice alone, but it's easier if you make eye contact. Otherwise, it takes longer and is a total pain in the ass, especially with me running on bagged blood. It's not a complaint, it's an explanation. You know, in case you need me to enthrall more people before the end of our trip. You say that now, but I bet you'll change your tune if we get pulled over by the cops while I'm driving. No license, remember? I don't even have a birth certificate. Right. Task at hand. Look into my eyes. God, that's cheesy. Such a goddamn cliche. Well, usually my victim, the target, isn't this willing, so I don't ask. I just catch their eyes, mostly by flirting. Lots of smoldering looks and dark corners. Occasionally, in my less friendly encounters, I just pin people up against walls until they go limp under the hypnotic pressure. But the last time anything like this happened was... never mind. No, it's not important. Let's just get you under. I can take away your pain that way. You have the self-preservation instincts of a suicidal mayfly hunter. Why is it even so important to you? Fine. The last time I had anyone willingly go under my thrall, it was one of my live-in meals. Story over, look in my eyes. Oh my god, you just can't take a hint, can you? This is private, Hunter. I don't want to talk about my past relationships. Well, I don't ask why you work alone now, do I? No partner, no team? And sure, I've made some quips about you probably getting into your line of work because a vampire killed your parents or whatever, but I haven't actually asked you what happened, because I understand some shit is traumatic and personal and you don't ask. Whoa, okay, stop. I wasn't actually asking you to tell me. Besides, this isn't a transaction. You tell me your tragic backstory doesn't mean I'm obligated to share mine. If you spill secrets, it better because you actually want to and you're not expecting anything in return. Got it? And don't tell me shit because you feel guilty about prying. Last thing I need is you spilling your secrets impulsively and regretting it later once common sense catches up. You would. I'm not exactly a sympathetic ear, remember? Quips as sharp as my teeth and no empathy whatsoever. Whatever, let's just get this moving. I need you to take a deep breath. Jesus, Hunter, for once in your life, listen to me, okay? Deep breath in. Hold it. Hold it. And let it out slowly. Good. Now look me in the eyes. You're doing well. You still got walls up, though. I'm gonna need you to let those down, alright? Let me in. Deep breath. Hold. And when you let it out, I want you to open up. Relax. No need to be so defensive, it's just me. You're tired, right? Had a big adventure today and everything. I bet resting sounds so nice. You'll feel so much better if you just give yourself over to the thrall. No. No. Don't tense back up. You were doing so well. Is it because I used the T word? My bad, should have known and trigger that knee-jerk reaction. Just figured I said anything, yeah? Okay. Good Hunter. Just keep breathing, keep relaxing. I'm not going to hurt you. In fact, nothing hurts quite so bad anymore, right? Not your sore muscles, not your belly. All that pain is just ebbing away nice and easy. Let it go. You don't need it. You just need to listen to my voice. Trust me, Cupcake. Let me take care of you. And there we go. You dropped like a rock. Took you long enough. Even with you actively trying to let me in, it was still a struggle. Lie down, alright? Give that body of yours a break. Feels nice, doesn't it? Not being in pain. Should really make you take those damn meds while you're under. You'd bitch about it later, but at least you wouldn't be wincing every time you breathe too deep. I won't. You trusted me to do this. You'll never let me in your head again if I fuck it up. Must have been scary, letting me in. After what happened at the auction house, it's no wonder why you kept fighting against going under. Not being in control of your own mind is terrifying. Having someone telling you what to do is bad enough. Having them tell you what to think... Well, let's just say you're braver than me. I didn't even want to learn to thrall at first. It took me a decade and a half to even try it. That's probably why I'm not as good as my sire. Though, I guess that could also be an age thing. I hope not. I hope I'm stuck with clumsy, unrefined abilities for the rest of eternity. Besides, they work well enough for my purposes. I can talk my way out of any speeding tech and ease pain on request. That's all I need, and it's all I want. It's bullshit anyway, saying I'm bad at this. I'm not. Just because I'm not as good as I could be doesn't mean that I'm bad. My thrall's stronger than most other vampires even without training, so take that, Victoria. Self-taught is plenty good for me. Shit. Okay, forget everything you just heard, Cupcake. I mean, God, what is with me and getting all chatty when you're half-conscious? It's probably that you're easy to talk to, and I know that there's no consequences for me when you won't remember what I said. I get to vent as much as I want without actually opening up. A therapist would have a field day with that. Maybe I'll look into getting a vampire therapist once we settle down. Or I'll just kidnap a regular one and keep them in my basement. Kidding. Forget I said that too. Ah, man, it really has been a while since someone let me put them under. I don't think I've had anyone willingly take the plunge since Morgan. Morgan was my last live-in meal. He was fun. I picked him up from a bar one night just planning to drain him and dump the body, but... Shit, when he saw my fangs, I swear he looked like I'd just given him a puppy. I thought maybe he'd been reading some bad romance novels and was expecting me to turn him after talking for like an hour. Like some kind of idiot who doesn't understand how big a commitment that is, but... He surprised me by asking if I like to gamble. I don't know what made me indulge him. It's the same thing that keeps me coming back to you, I guess. He seemed to be fun. So I told him, yeah, I like gambling. You don't get to my age without visiting Vegas at least once, and he grinned and pulled out a deck of cards and bet me his life. I shouldn't have made a bet. I mean, I was planning to kill him, and there was nothing stopping me from finishing him off even if he did win. For all he knew, I wasn't the sort of vampire to play by the rules. And God, Cupcake, it was tempting. His heart was racing the whole time we played. I felt like I was taking adrenaline shots just from being near him. Just breathing him in, I wanted to rip out his heart with my teeth. Even if I wasn't sure what I was going to do when the game was over. It was close, but he won. And I didn't kill him. I wanted to devour him so badly, but I didn't. Because I had fun. So I told him he was free to go. And that fucking idiot came back the next night with a suitcase. Bet room and board against his life, and he just barely escaped last time, and he wanted to again. And that's how he ended up living with me. It wasn't always that high stakes. He'd bet blood, secrets, time under thrall, and Pettier shit too, like who got the remote. He definitely had a gambling problem, but he wasn't making bets with anyone other than me, so I didn't really mind. He got all snuggly under Thrall. I wonder if you would be too. If I were over there instead of cuffed. You'd be mortified by that, wouldn't you? Alright, forget everything I told you. Again, and get some sleep. You need it. Try and stay for a good 8 hours, okay? And no nightmares. Dream about something nice for me. Sweet dreams, Cupcake. And that one's in order.